This is the Barbados Today Evening News for Tuesday, July 25th. Thank you for joining us. I am Marie-Claire Williams. Our top story this evening, make no mistake about it, government will meet with the social partnership and it will not be in secret. So declared Prime Minister Ferndale Stuart this evening as the House shelved its regular business to discuss a resolution tabled by the opposition Barbados Labour Party, which urged the government to address its deepening impasse with the trade unions and the private sector. The debate comes one day after more than 20,000 citizens took to the streets in a march organized by the island's 4 major trade unions and the Barbados Private Sector Association, calling for a return to dialogue. Stuart told the House that his government will not be deflected from making Barbados a better place for all, as he clearly outlined the terms of the meeting.
The meeting requested, I promised it. It is going to take place. But as I said, it's going to take place in full glare of the public. I will communicate, as I said in my reply to the head of the Private Sector Association, I will communicate to him and the other social partners when that meeting is going to take place. But I know this, it is not going to take place in secret. It is going to take place in full glare of the public, so that Barbadians can see where it is we are going.
Earlier in the debate, opposition MP Kerry Simmons stressed that with Barbados facing its most difficult economic challenge, government has a duty to engage in the broadest level of consultation. He not only called for the disputing parties to resume dialogue, but stressed for a deepening of the social partnership. Simmons warned that failure to act now could have disastrous consequences.
You cannot have 30,000 people on the street marching in protest, sir, and it be treated as though it did not happen. We are saying, Mr. Speaker, sir, that it is a duty on the part of the government to respond to the ongoing concerns of the union, because Barbados cannot afford the one day that the port shut down last week. Barbados, sir, by extension, cannot afford the next step of having the airport shut down for a day or 2 or a week or 2 or 3. The implication for people who are in commerce, sir, is disastrous. The implication for people who need to have goods provided to their stores, or people to buy goods from stores because of health conditions on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, is disastrous.
And the need for stakeholder engagement was also on the front burner as the Central Bank of Barbados opened its 37th annual review seminar this morning. Speaking on the topic, Imagining the End of Slow Economic Growth, How to Deliver Economic Performance, the Director of Economics at the Caribbean Development Bank, Dr. Justin Ram, made it clear that all hands must be on deck to ensure economic success. While he made no reference to the ongoing impasse between the government and the social partners, Ram stressed it is important to keep the lines of communications open.
After implementation, and in order to have proper implementation, it's really important that we include those stakeholders that are important in order for us to implement properly. The frontline practice for and with citizens. So, for example, if you are trying to implement an improvement in educational outcomes, it's very important that you include the frontline practitioners, the teachers. So implementation means significant dialogue at all times and communication with all of the necessary stakeholders.
To news from the courts now, 3 teenagers accused of the murder of Colleen Payne and 2 alleged accomplices have been remanded to Her Majesty's Prison Dodds after appearing at the District A Magistrates Court this afternoon. 17-year-old Baggio McNeil Boxill of 3rd Avenue, Spring Garden, Blackrock, 18-year-old Kishon Lamar Anderson Thomas of Nichols Road, Seaview, St. James, and 19-year-old Orlando Ricardo Martin of 2nd Avenue, Bibbies Lane, St. Michael were not required to plead to the offence. Meanwhile, 19-year-old Darian Ruben Thompson of Old Plough Road, Bagatelle, St. Thomas was charged with disposal of clothing, and 24-year-old Kyle Donico Gill of Danesbury, Blackrock, St. Michael was charged with disposal of a firearm allegedly used in the murder. The 5 accused will return to court on August 22nd. Last Monday, 58-year-old Payne of Lodge Hill, St. Michael, was attacked and shot by 2 men while conducting a transaction at the Royal Bank of Canada's ATM machine at University Drive, Blackrock, St. Michael. She was rushed to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital by ambulance, but subsequently succumbed to her injuries. In other news this evening, there's a call for Barbados to take more serious action to stop the rise in obesity and growing cases of non-communicable diseases among children. The call comes from Community Nutrition Officer Andrea Griffith. Speaking on the sidelines of the National Nutritional Summer Camp, Griffith told Barbados Today that more effort is needed to encourage children to eat healthier foods.
And the aim of the Nutrition Center is to promote nutrition and wellness throughout Barbados, paying attention and serious focus on the NCDs and reducing the prevalence rate of the NCDs. Right now we have 1/3 of our childhood population being obese. So our aim is to reduce that.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Morning, Miss Oya. Morning. You again. So you're washing cars now? Well, I can't keep up with you at all.
Yes, girl. You know they're going provision to selling slow. And I don't sell nation newspapers at all because them don't sell. So I washing cars now. I like to get up before 8:30 because I can't take the hot sun. You want the car wash?
No, not today. It clean.
But you're going in very early though?
Yeah, I just going early so I can read the Barbados Today online before work starts.
Right. But you can still let me clean the vendor for the $2. At least it's still cheaper than the nation newspaper.
All right.
I got a special boo here that I got it shiny. Thank you. Enjoy your day here.
You too.
All right. What that paper is? She can see clearly when the dirt is gone.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back with news from the region. In Guyana, as the Commission of Inquiry into the alleged plot to assassinate President David Granger continues, the head of the commission, Paul Slow, is accusing Police Commander Clifton Hicken of dereliction of duty. We get more in this report from HGP Nightly News.
Hicken told the inquiry of how he first came into contact with Andrew Gillard, the man who said he was approached to take out the head of state for $7 million.
About 09 hours or thereabout, I was called by Senior Superintendent Wendell Blanham, crime officer, indicating that there was a man by the name of Gillard at Ministry of Public Security's office who has information in relation to a plot to assassinate the president. He asked me to have him escorted to his office. I sent no lesser than my DDO, have him brought to my office, confirm his name, inform the Commission Police, and send him to CID headquarters.
Hicken said that after that call by Crime Chief Wendell Blanham, he did not seek to get any other information from Gillard, but reported on the call he got from Blanham to Commissioner Silal Prasad. That's when Commissioner Slow objected.
And according to you, not me, that the man came to you, but you did not seek to find out what is the nature of the...
No, I don't want you to take me the wrong path. I said CID headquarters asked me to escort him. I didn't know what is the information flow. I didn't want to distort anything, so I just confirmed the person who asked me to take up there was the right person.
And on the international scene, one of the most senior figures in the Vatican will on Wednesday face a court in his native Australia on multiple charges of historical sexual assault offences. Cardinal George Pell will appear in the dock at Melbourne Magistrates Court for his first hearing since the charges were made by Victoria Police last month. The 76-year-old, who has consistently denied the charges, has been given a leave of absence from his role at the Holy See while he fights the cases in the city where he was once Archbishop.
I'm looking forward, finally, to having my day in court. I'm innocent of these charges. They are false. The whole idea of sexual abuse is abhorrent to me.
Last year, Cardinal Pell refused to return to Australia to testify before a royal commission into the Church's mishandling of sexual abuse.
I regret that I didn't do more at that stage.
Instead, he gave 4 days of testimony from a hotel in Rome, his doctors claiming he was too ill to fly. Survivors of sexual abuse at the hands of clergy overseen by Pell were angered by his answers that they felt showed a lack of understanding and empathy. This will be a monumental test for Pope Francis, who up until now has stood by the Cardinal. There is no extradition treaty between Australia and the Vatican. However, the Pope has given Cardinal Pell a leave of absence to return to Australia to defend himself.
And that's the news, but for the very latest, you can visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. We're also on Mix 96.9 FM. I am Marie Claire Williams. Have a good evening.